Hi, Pipat speaking from Thailand. Today I would like to say something about English speaking skill. Several times when I watch Facebook Live between members around the world, in our club, in Beautiful Life, in Innovative English and Coaching, there were a common ideas when members share together what is the objective, what is their aim to join our club. All about somewhere platforms they can join and improve their English speaking ability. It is great, but I would like you to aware of the three major components when you have passions to speak like native speakers. To speak like a native speaker in terms of your pronunciation, intonation, accent. That is three components you're supposed to copy, to imitate the way the native speakers express their words and how they can flow their thoughts through words or sentences. That is something about how they express themselves in terms of voice, accent, intonation, and pronunciation. Among three major components, the most important thing that can make people in this world who love speaking English can talk each other and understand each other. It is about pronunciation. In particular, for some words, long words that have many syllables, you're supposed to stress your voice here at a certain place to pronounce and make clear understanding to people when you speak in English. And the second thing, there are no certain or clear principles. It's about the intonation. That means how to flow, how to up and down here, like a melody in music properly. That is something you need to have talent to make difference and to how to flow, because intonation depends on the story you are talking about. It is something exciting. You have to rest your voice, astonishment, and sometimes it depends on your emotion as well. It is not certain rules or principles for intonation. And the last one is accent. Accent, it depends on how you exercise your face muscle and how to pronounce and organize everything when you speak it out in synchronously way. That's also art instead of science. So among three, pronunciation is something principle that you can easily notice how to pronounce, how to stress the voice at some certain syllables. It is shown in dictionary. But about intonation and accent, you need to connect what you are listening to your mechanisms in your brain and before speaking it out. That is the technique to speak like native speaker in terms of voice. Another thing, because of the content and the word structure or how to compose the sentence, the same as native speaker are doing. That is most important as well to make your speaking like a native speakers, because everything, the principle in different language have the different way of the compose the word sentences that surely is affect your speaking as well. For example, in Thai language, your word orders, when you like to describe some words like a keywords and with the adjective, is reversing if you're comparing with English. So if you speak in your Thai language, you're supposed to think in orderly manners in terms of the word orders. But and when you like to switch to English, you have to change completely the sequence or orders of words. That affects the way of the thinking. That is why it said that if you like to speak another language with different basics, fundamentals, principles, you're supposed to think. You have to compose the sentence promptly in such a language. No need to think in your own mother tongue and then try to change the word structure and then speak it out. If you do so, you can't speak interactively at all because of the different words order, different structures of the sentence in two different languages. So from now on, when you start listening to native speakers, you're supposed to keep listening deeply, attentive listening to first proper pronunciation. The second one is how they can flow their words up and down, is the intonation, and listens how to imitate their way of expressing in terms of accent. Combination of three, it is something you can start speaking out in native speaker style. Another thing, you have to connect words the same as native speaker are doing. So if you combine these two things together, your English speaking will be improved, and then your speaking start being close to native speaker. That is what I would like to share today, because members always think, okay, listen, speaking, sharing with the native speaker will improve your English speaking skill. That is no doubt, when we come to this point. But how to deeply listen. Deeply listen means attentive listening. But how can we pick up the key rhythm, the key pronunciation, how to pronounce the words by listening? And like when you listen music and you try to sing like a original singer, you have to deeply listen to the song several times. Several, I mean, is not only 10, hundreds, or might be thousands of times. And even listening, it doesn't work, but you're supposed to start, open your mouth, and you have to speak along. The music you are listen. And if you can record your voice and you can compare with the originals, and you can see many part it is not close to the original, and you need tuning and keep more and more practicing until you can feel by yourself that everything is getting close to the original singer. So when you apply the same principle to English practicing, particularly speaking, it is correlation of your ear, your brain, and your mouth that have to work synchronously during your practicing. That is what I would share today. When you come to your point, your attempt to achieve your goal, to speak like a native speaker. Yes, thank you very much, and see you next time. สวัสดีครับ